Good morning, everyone, and welcome again to our backyard. We have gotten inches of rain this week, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches a day, and our ground is waterlogged and has a difficult time soaking up or draining the water just because we get so much. And the reason I wanted to show you all this is we garden in the upper Texas Gulf Coast, south of Houston, and we are in zone 9A. And right now it is in the low 60s degrees and just rain. And there's so much rain. And one of the reasons I mention that we'll put our plants in pots is because of the rain. And I mean, it goes to where, I don't know if you can see, but my feet are totally submerged. And it's like this in the garden. And I talked about, as you can see, it's extremely wet here. And I talked about putting our plants above ground in pots due to this when we get heavy rain and multiple days of this rain. And it just does not drain off well at all. And even though we have raised beds, so this bed is a raised bed, we still have difficulty because the ground is so, well, it has clay soil, and as you know, clay soil is an issue. I'm gonna come back over here. Ugh. My poor plants. This back here is just submerged. But again, I will, we raise our beds and then I will pot. And it does help. But I can still have issues. I do want to include, as you can see, the Gulf fritillary caterpillars on our native passion vine here are still doing well. Oops, can I get this one in the picture? Yep. I'm gonna come over . And as you can see, I have a raised beds all over. And I have this particular passion vine in a very large pot. And I have it on, I also have it on a concrete square slab. And it's still underwater. Oof. Lots and lots of rain we've had. As you can hear me sloshing through the yard. I have 2 hummingbirds at the moment that come regularly. One is a buff-bellied hummingbird that winters with us, and he or she wintered with us last year. And female ruby throat wintered with us last year also. And so I still have hummingbird feeders out. I try to have nectar flowers out for them. And they do regularly frequent our yard. which is good. Here is my shade bed that has decided to, it's had enough. And of course, this is what I would expect. Caladiums like it nice and warm. Oh, can you hear that click? Typically that clicking sound is the buff-bellied hummingbird. My coleus also don't like cold, and what's weird is in this Houston area we went from summer to winter down into the high 30s, and so my coleus and caladium said nope, we don't like that. So I'm going to kind of come out of the way here and see if my buff belly will come down and eat. It likes to come down and feed at the feeder. I have 3 feeders out, but it actually prefers this one above my shade garden. I'm gonna come down I'm gonna come down and show some more water. Again, raised beds, just soaking underwater. Ugh. And it's multiple days of this, you know, so it's like drowning conditions, unfortunately. And that's why we have an issue. Ugh. Squirrels, they do so much damage. They're cute, but they damage so much in the house and yard and gardens. Lots of leaves came down over the last day also. This is the end of November, and we typically lose the leaves on our deciduous trees typically in December. And we lost a lot, and they came down this week in the rain. So I suspect over the next week or two, the rest will come down. Anyway, thank you for joining me and letting me show you how the Houston area can just get deluged with inches and inches of rain and just have standing water. Even though our backyard does drain, it's difficult when you have this much water. This is a thistle sock for my American goldfinch that'll be showing up in the next few weeks. I have to switch that out. It is pretty wet. Well, everyone, I hope you have a great day today. And thanks for joining me.